Hi everyone, welcome to this video. It's been a moment, but we are back. The most important thing is that we are back. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the 5 beginner-friendly ways to make money online. Well, I know by now you've heard of 1,001 ways of making money online, and that's the problem. When you have so many options, it's very difficult for you to choose one and focus on it. But I'll help you do that because I was in your position several years ago. I first made my my first dollar, my first income online 7 years ago. So it's been 7 years since I began, and so I have some experience on this field, and I want to share that with you by giving you 5 of the most practical and beginner-friendly ways of making money online in 2023. So come with me. Number 1, the first way. And the amount of money you make from each of these ways differs, and the commitment also differs. The resources you require to start also differs, and so you're the one to make the choice. But I have a list of 5, starting from number 5 to number 1. Number 5 being the most, the one that requires the most resources. All right. The most needy, for lack of a better word. And then number 1 is the easiest, the most beginner-friendly way of making money that doesn't require so much resources. Number 1, number 5. I'll start with the 5th. And the 5th is none other than starting a YouTube channel. You see what you're doing right now, watching this video. You're making me some money. All right. And that's one of the ways of making money, all right, online today from a YouTube channel. So you can start a YouTube channel today on any interest you have. Let's say you have an interest in what? In food. You can start a YouTube channel about food, a food YouTube channel. I'll do another video talking of different niches that are very profitable when it comes to starting YouTube channels. And be sure to check that, and to be sure not to miss that, ensure you subscribe to this channel so you see that. So number 1, start a YouTube channel. You need a nice phone. You need a nice camera if you can. If you're starting professionally, I would encourage, why not get a camera with 100 Gs today? You have a nice camera. I'll do another video for that as well. So 100,000 shillings is a good place to start. Then a few equipment, 50,000 shillings. So at most 200. And if you have an empty room, or you can use the sitting room, then 200,000 shillings. You have a nice business called a YouTube channel that you'll be running. But setting a studio or setting up a YouTube channel is not mostly based on the equipment or the resources that you have, but the interest that you have and the willingness to share your life, willingness to share your content, the knowledge to monetize your knowledge. If you are a professional in any of these fields, then that's knowledge that you can monetize by sharing on YouTube, and YouTube will pay you. More on these on a later date, and I'll do a different video for YouTube channels to expound more on this. These videos just to highlight them. If you need to see more, be sure to subscribe and check the rest of the videos I have. I'll also link them below. I leave the YouTube links down in the description below so that you can just click on them. So first one, YouTube channel. The second one is starting a blog. And before I go to the blog, let me say something about the YouTube channel. You can have different YouTube channels for different interest or niches. So if you have interest in different things, you can create different channels for each of those. And there are many ways of monetizing your YouTube channel, including sponsorships. For instance, this video you're watching here today is sponsored by our friends at Standard Clothing Store. I leave the link below on the description box, so you can go check them out to get a nice watch like the one I have with me. Nice shirts, nice suits, and half coats. We also call them waistcoats, those of us from London, shoes and the rest of the accessories. Check them out for men, and you'll get good products that are unique and stylish and classic. They also have very nice classic items that I really love. For example, I am yet to meet someone with this suit, this particular suit I'm rocking today, and that excites me when I get something unique from them. So go check them out. Second thing, we're talking about a blog. There are several things you need for a blog, but with around 10,000 shillings, you have your blog set up. A blog is simply a simple website that allows you to share your content of an interest you have or a field you're in. Let's say you're an accountant. There's so much people search for online when it comes to accounting, from business people, entrepreneurs, to employees, to employers, all those people. And so you can provide that information to them. Same to a lawyer. So what you need is first, you need a domain name that is registered. I recommend, if you're going for a local business or a local blog, you go for a .ke domain. That's for Kenyans. All right, and the rest of the countries, go for that local domain extension. It gives you so many advantages when it comes to search engine optimization, a topic for another day again. Then we need web servers. You need storage for your files, and that is what we call web hosting. So you need a company, a web hosting company, to provide you with that. Web hosting companies also mostly provide you or are able to help you register your domain name. So I recommend, if you have a brand name, some of us have 3-5 names, and some of them are pretty long. So choose short and professional names that represent your brand, and something that you want you be forced to change after a month or 2 or a year, because that's a brand you'll be building for long. For more on this, I work with a web hosting company. I know of a web hosting company that provides all these as a package, including a lot of trainings on how to customize, because that's the third thing you need. For a blog, you need a domain name, web hosting space, and then a web designer. But instead of getting a web designer, you can join or get in touch with a company, web hosting company, that provides that training, and it will the company will teach you how to customize your website to your liking. A WordPress website, for that matter, and you can make changes as you please. So for more on that, look for my number, look for my WhatsApp number somewhere, maybe on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, you'll find it. I am at Mutea Evans on Instagram. Get in touch with me on WhatsApp, and I link you up with those guys. Normally, starting a blog will cost you below 10,000 shillings. So it's a cheaper way of making money online, and it's a bit long term, but it pays off. I know so many bloggers today, not the nasty ones, the good bloggers. You can even become a political blogger by there. It doesn't mean once you start talking about politics, you're a bad blogger. No, you can be a good blogger. And that would be your entry point. You never know, to politics, if you have an interest in politics. That was number 2. The third way is becoming a social media manager. We have so many companies, so many individuals, so many professionals, so many politicians, so many lawyers who are looking for someone to run their social media platforms for them, because they are pretty busy, so busy to do it for themselves. And so they are looking for a social media manager who can run things for them. And these people are mostly not people who went to school to study computer science, IT or CT, or the rest of the IT related courses. Most of these people are people who have done short courses to understand Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the rest of the social media platforms, including YouTube. All right, including YouTube. And mostly those courses take 3 to 6 months. Very, very, very good. But you have to keep updating yourself. And if you want, you can learn most of these skills on YouTube. You just need to be committed. Go search for social media management training or tutorial. Go through them. Then keep updating yourself. Social media changes every day. And that's something about the IT industry in general. Things I learned in campus 2-3 years ago have totally changed. The language I used to create websites with 2-3 years ago while in campus is not the same language people use today. It has totally changed. And so you have to keep updating yourself, but it's very profitable. This requires little to no money because you just need to set up your profile. Also, this might require you to have a website. And again, you can get in touch with me to link you the guys who will offer you the 3 things you need to run a website. And that means with less than 10,000 shillings. In fact, with 5,000 shillings, you have a fully functional website that showcases your work, your experience, and also clients take you more serious when you have a website. Do I need to emphasize that really? You should know by now that that's the case. So once you have a website, you can go out and reach out to as many people as you want, asking them for business. Once you have 1, 2, 3 clients, you're able to bring in others through recommendations, through referrals, and you're good to go. That's the third way. The fourth way is becoming an influencer, a social media influencer. Influencer marketing is not going anywhere anytime soon. So if you have an interest and you're not afraid of cameras, then it's time you start creating content around that, all right? And then look for companies you can influence the business for them, and they will pay you money for it. There are so many Kenyans today you see on social media. In fact, most of the people you see on social media today who are actively updating their platforms are doing it because they are influencers. They create a profile. And having been in business for over 7 years now, I can tell you I've been approached by 1,000,001 people who are influencers, and I've worked with a number of them. If you check my business accounts, you'll see different faces of people. And it's not free. I pay them just like they are paid elsewhere. So you can become an influencer, all right? And ask for business from people in that particular industry you're in, and you start making money from that. And it only gets better. That's the beauty of it. If you love tourism and traveling, start traveling. You can start from going to Karura Forest, where you do not need any money. You just need 50 shillings of fare from CBD to Karura, and then do the fun things, and then do that to go to Karaita Forest. Where else can you go? Go to the Nairobi National Park. This is for Nairobians. All these places are in close proximity to the CBD, and therefore you can create great content, nice photos. You need a nice phone. And you're good to go. All right? You don't need 150,000 shillings to buy an iPhone for you to do this. In fact, in most cases, you do not need an iPhone. You see the video you're watching? I'm filming this video using my very old, it's almost now starting to feel the pressure, Samsung Note 9 that I bought several years ago, and I'm really finding it difficult to upgrade or get an iPhone. But I think I'm getting the iPhone 15. I've seen they have very good updates on the iPhone 15, and I'm finally getting an iPhone. So I'm looking forward to that. But my point is, you can do so much with your phone before you even buy a camera that is hundreds of thousands of shillings. Finally, the fifth and the most friendly, this is what I recommend everyone at the entry level to start with, is joining an online marketing company. That's what I did 7 years ago, and that explains how I got here in the first place. I was a student in campus, second year, 19 years of age. I didn't know much. I didn't even have a nice phone to do the rest of the things I'm mentioning here. But through that company, I was able to build myself up, because they offer more than just a platform. They guide you, they mentor you at no extra cost. And the entry fee or the entry requirements are very friendly to the beginner. Again, with around 5,000 shillings or less, you're able to get on board and start from there. You learn a lot in the process. You become a better person, a better presenter. You're given different responsibilities. You're held by the hand. You have so many people interested in your success, and much, much more. So I would encourage beginners to begin from there, because it's very necessary that way, that you have people around you who are in the same mission as you, so they can push you, they can encourage you. And yes, within a few years, you will have all the success. Nothing stops you from doing the 5 of them. but I don't like the idea of spreading yourself too thin. So choose one. If you're a beginner, start with the first one, the point number one, then grow with time. Once you've become an online marketer for some time, you can decide to upgrade and move to YouTube, for example. All right. You can build a blog in the process. In fact, one of the things you get that is a must in an online marketing company is a blog of your own or a website of your own at still very, very friendly rates. For more on that, again, if you are there and you're a beginner and you like to get started, get in touch with me, and I'll be forced to leave my WhatsApp number below. Please do not misuse it. Pick the number, get in touch with me on WhatsApp. I'll guide you. I'll book your session at a getting started training session. We have offices across the country, and I'll help you get started the same way I was assisted getting started 7 years ago. In fact, yes, 7 years ago I started off, and here I am. So I'll guide you on that at no extra cost. And this is not something that will be there forever. So while I still have the time, this is something I enjoy doing. Get in touch with me. You never know about tomorrow. So those are the 5 things you need to do or you should consider when it comes to making money online. Today in 2023, a lot has changed. Do not be confused by the different ways available for you. Focus on 1 or 2, get started, then the rest will be clearer as you move forward. I'll give you an advice I was given very early in this career or in this field, that starting a career online is like driving at night. You normally do not see the entire path, but you start the journey anyway. So start the journey with the little you can see, the few meters ahead you can see, then before you know it, several hours later, 7 years later, 14, 20 years later, you'll be on the other side. For more of such videos, consider subscribing to this channel, and of course, check out our sponsors for these videos. This particular video was sponsored by Standard Clothing Store, the men who make me look better in camera than I do in person. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave their contacts below. I leave the link to their website below so you can check them out and get any of their products at affordable prices. And they're very unique as well. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. See you in the next one.